Hey guys, this is Jay at Forge Creations. I'm going to show you how to sew your wicks on your own fans using the wick spikes and our method. You're going to need 1.5 inch wide by 1/16 inch thick Kevlar tape. You're going to need some Kevlar thread, a curved needle, some rubber bands, a tape measure, some Kevlar cutting scissors. We like to use the Kloss brand Kevlar scissors, and a nitrile coated glove. You're going to start by cutting a 2-foot strip of the 1/16 inch thick, or a 1-foot strip of the 1/8 inch thick, 1.5 inch wide Kevlar tape. And start by leaving about a 3/4 inch overhang and a 1/4 inch at the top. And then about 3/4 of an inch in, push the first spike through the Kevlar all the way down to the spine. And wrap it around to the other side and then press the other spike through the same way. Push it down with your thumbs on both sides of the spike to make sure it's fully penetrated. And keep doing that. Wrap it around and push the spike through until you've buried the spike completely and you can't push the spike through anymore. And then continue to wrap around until the wick is fully rolled. Try to keep the wick nice and tight as you're rolling it. Use your finger and your thumb. And also pay attention to the top of the wick to make sure that each layer stays flush with the last. And that way it won't have a telescoped look when you're finished. Once you're at the end, get it nice and tight with your hand and make a fold about 1/2 inch, nice and straight on the Kevlar lines. And then put a rubber band around it. And you want to do that to all 5 wicks before you start, and that way you won't have a lot of spikes poking you while you're trying to sew your wicks. That's no fun. And you're ready to start sewing, so you want to get your thread out and your needle. We like to use 3 to 4 feet of the Kevlar thread. You can use more if you like. It's important to use enough though. And we get these upholstery needles, and they're curved, and that helps covering short distances with it. But feed that thread through on one end, and then pull both ends together, and just tie an overhand knot. And I like to do it 4 or 5 knots to make the knot big enough so that when you start, it'll anchor in the Kevlar, and you can seat it down in the layers in the top of the wick, and it won't pull through. So that's your anchor. You get your glove on. We love these gloves. We feel like using pliers would break a lot of needles, and these gloves help us go a lot faster with the process. I'm going to start by going in through the top of the wick and out through the top corner. That top corner is the most vulnerable part of the wick, so we want to make sure that it is well pinned down. That's the most important place on the wick. So we want to come out that first corner and pin it down real good, and then we'll start going around the top. So we got a couple threads in that corner now, and we're going to come out the top and then move over a little and try to peel those inner layers or pull them down over the end of the spine. And that's going to keep you from having hot metal sticking out of the end of your wick, and also keep the wick from moving around a lot. And you want to do that 4 or 5 times and pull those inner layers down around the top of that spine. And once you've got those few, come back out that corner again and pin it down again. Super important on the corners of these folds. Once you've gone all the way around the top and come back out the corner, start working your way down the fold. And what you want to do is put the needle back in close to where it came out so that there's not a lot of exposed thread. You don't want a lot of stitches showing. It just looks better and also keeps the thread from getting burned and help the wick hold together longer. So you make your way all the way down the fold, down to that bottom corner, and pin that sucker down real good too. You know, it's important to get these corners like we said, because that's where anything catches on it, it's going to be on that corner. Once you get those done, you know, work your way around the bottom the same way you did the top, and pull those inner layers of Kevlar up, tight to the spine. Trim off any little tags or strings that might be sticking out down there, and then go all the way around until you run out of thread, basically, and try to pull it out the bottom on the last stitch. And that way you won't have something sticking out of the face of the wick in the end. Trim that off, and you have a sewn wick. Get it nice and tight and straight, and that's it. Do all 5 and you're set.